Hey guys, today I just wanted to make this video on the difference between knowledge and application. A lot of times we have these issues or these things that we want to pursue, and so we go and we seek out some sort of knowledge or advice on how to do whatever it is that we're striving towards, whether it be solving an issue that we have or just moving towards something that we want. And this is valuable. It can definitely be good to, get some perspective and to maybe find out maybe the ins and outs of something you've never explored before. But we also sometimes have a lot of the answers to some of the questions that we really have. A lot of times we've already done a lot of research and kind of looking into a lot of the things that we really want and the problems that we're trying to solve, especially if the things that are really important to us. Usually, if you're interested in getting into a new career field, and so you go and you start doing research on, how to get into that career. And, you might continue doing research beyond really what you need to do, and it eventually just becomes redundant where you're, continuously looking for information, continuously trying to find more and more information, and you lead yourself into analysis paralysis where you're constantly just trying to find out more and more and more information. And kind of the concept that's happening is that there's more that you don't know, there's something that you don't understand, and so until you understand everything, you are unable to take action. And this happens with a lot of things. This can even just be as simple as an emotional situation maybe you're going through. Maybe you have just had something dramatic happen in your life, or something that made you upset, and maybe you're looking to a friend for some advice. And this is definitely good to do, but are you doing this over and over again? Are you looking at the same situation and continuously feeling this need for advice and consultation? Because a lot of times if you're in that situation where you keep replaying the same stories over and over again, if you keep playing the same game of trying to get more information or more consultation, more advice, or even just more validation regarding something. Sometimes people feel insecure about something in their life, so they'll look to others for a sense of validation, a sense of permission to do something. And often they already know the answer. They already know what they need to do. They already know that they can do what they're looking to do. But ultimately, it comes down to them making that next step. And so what's important to recognize is that there's something that is hindering you from making that next step. There's something that is holding you back from getting to the next point. And it's not something that is really physically holding you back. It's not a actual barrier to entry. It's more so that there's something that you are believing, something that you are thinking, something internal that is causing you to fear the action associated with whatever it is you need to do to get what you want, whatever it is that you need to think or believe to be okay with whatever situation it is. And because of this, we tend to get stuck in these patterns, these infinite loops I described earlier, where we're looking for more information to try to solve the issue of inaction. And really, we aren't really solving that problem. We're just continuing the pattern. We're continuing the pattern of inaction. And what's worse is that we almost get a sense of validation from all the information that we're taking in, right? Because we're going out there and learning, or we're seeking help or consultation or advice from a friend, because we're looking for something, we're doing some sort of action to be proactive about our situation, but it's not really moving the needle forward. It's not the thing that we really need to do. And you've probably already received a lot of advice or read a lot of, books, or watched enough videos, or you gotten enough information about the thing that you're trying to do to have taken some sort of action on what you've already learned. And a lot of times we haven't really even taken those steps yet, or really applied a lot of the lessons that we learned. And this is why we see ourselves in these patterns. And sometimes, for instance, if you're trying to give someone advice about something that's more emotional, they may say that they already know that. You might try to give them some sort of silver lining, or something to let them know that, whatever they're feeling right now about a situation, whatever they believe right now about a situation, that maybe that's not the case, or that, there's something more to see or feel regarding about that situation. And you might get an emotional response back that is almost a brush off of that information, like just kind of brushing that information aside, or that advice aside, and saying, yeah, but I'm still in my situation, or yes, I already know that, like, that's not what I need right now. And ultimately, at the end of the day, it's kind of not what that person needs. The ultimate thing that person needs can only really be provided to themselves by themselves, because it's something that they have to take action on. It's something that they have to ingrain within themselves, right? If I keep telling someone the same thing over and over and over again, at the end of the day, they have to really believe that. They have to shift their idea of that thing actually being true and take action on it in some sort of way, whether it just be understanding something internally and really taking that on as their own sense of truth, or if it's something that is more action oriented, where it's something they actually have to physically go out and do, going out and doing that thing and getting the experience and really taking that next step. And so recognizing that the biggest barrier between information and application is really yourself. There's something that you believe that's holding you back. There's something that you're telling yourself that it's holding you back. There's something that you're doing that's holding you back from what you want and what you desire. And that's how you get out of the loop, is just taking that next step. And a lot of times once we take that next step, we really realize that that thing isn't so bad. Whatever the consequence of that next action is, a lot of times it's really not that big of a deal. But it's the fear, it's the apprehension to that next step that causes so much emotional resistance. And that once we actually move through that, we find that there's nothing to be resistant to. There was nothing to fear, and it really wasn't that big of a deal. And so figure out what's holding you back. Figure out what beliefs, what ideas come to mind, what thoughts are coming to mind whenever you look at moving past whatever situation you're in, whatever thing that you're wanting to accomplish. What is the thing that you know you need to do? The thing that keeps coming up to you. I know I need to do this. If you're tired of living in a messy home and you're like, I know I need to, clean my house. What is the thing that's stopping you? What is the resistance? And really look at that and say, what can I do to overcome that? What is the opposite thing I need to believe or think, or how can I view the situation differently that will allow me to move past this? And really seeing that as your only obstacle is whatever belief or idea or thought or feeling is holding you back. And that's how you take the next step. It's not learning more, it's not getting more information, it's not getting more knowledge about the situation. It's taking that first next step, and that'll give you momentum. So I'll leave you with that, and I hope you have a great day.